Hey guys, it's Mike with My Glass of Photography here, and for today's Dubsado walkthrough, I want to talk about packages, okay? Packages are how you give invoice items to your clients, okay? These are the list of items that you're charging for, these are your services, these are your products, it's the things that are making you money, right? Pretty straightforward. So we're going to walk through how to create your template packages, how to create custom packages for each individual client, and we're also going to go over how to include packages into your proposals and also what all the different smart fields mean and what they look like, because they can be really confusing, or maybe that's just me. I don't know. But if I'm confused, you might be too, so I want to help you figure that out. All right, so let's dive in. Alrighty, so the first thing we're going to do is go over how to build our packages as templates. So from our dashboard, we'll go to Templates, Packages, and as you can see, I've got a whole mess of them already, mostly because I have a whole mess of services. And also because these are individual items that you'd want to use. So as a photographer, you know, I've got digital files, I've got large prints, medium print, small print, large canvases, collages. I've also got my particular photography services. So, you know, my wedding packages, I've got headshot session, portrait sessions. There's really no limit to what you can put in here. And with that flexibility, you've got a lot that you could possibly do and different ways that you can actually create your packages. So I'll also walk through different ways to build the package itself so that you can present that information in your proposals in a specific way that's really helpful to your clients. But first things first, we're going to build a test package. Okay, we'll go add package here. And we're just going to go test package. I'm going to call it number 2 because I already did this earlier and I want to keep that one. So make sure you hit the checkbox here. Otherwise, it won't save this. Like if I hit this and I just hit enter, oh, they fixed that. What do you know? Learn something new every day. Guess you don't have to hit the checkbox anymore. Derp. So clearly, I'm very trustworthy that I know this, right? Okay. Anyway, so we're in this main screen. And this is where you're going to build everything out. So number one, I already mentioned that your package name, this shows up as the package name when you're sorting through it in this list here, right? So if we scroll down, test package 2, that's the one we just created. So that's where that's going to be. If you want to edit it, you hit this little gear sign. Cool. All right. So now say we want to add the actual like meat and potatoes, the actual like things to the packages, the package itself, right? We'll hit new line item, invoice name, and we'll just call this, you know, test package invoice name, right? And then you've got your description, okay? So the invoice name is the actual item name itself. So say I'm building a wedding photography package, right? I'll maybe title this wedding photo package 1, and the invoice item name, this particular line item, we'll say is the hours of coverage, right? So it's 9 hours of coverage. And then in here I would say, you know, photographic coverage includes, you know, all digital files taken, something like that, right? And then you've got your quantity, your price, and we're going to go through these more too as well. So in the description, this is kind of just ways to further describe, hence description, your invoice item name, or it can be a further breakdown. One of the ways that I use these is I'll have the package name and it'll actually be the whole summation of this. So the invoice item name is technically the package name. Again, I'm going to show you how I do this because it's kind of funky. And again, there's multiple ways you can do this depending on what you want to do. But for this instance, you got your package name, this line item name, and then here's the description. So we're just going to say, for this instance, we'll say description line 1. And then description line 2. Now I'm doing this in a very specific way. I hit enter between these because if you notice to the right, you've got this tab or button that says bullet points. Depending on how you toggle this, if I toggle it on, these are going to show up as bullet points when this information is presented to the client, whether in the invoice itself or in the proposal. Okay? If I toggle that off, this is just going to be a series of lines. There's no bullet points associated with it. So, you know, if I just did this, it'll just show up as a line, kind of like paragraph text. Me personally, just the way my brain works, I like bullet points. But again, I have an example where I'm going to show you how it looks both ways, right? And then we've got quantity. So this is quantity for this particular item. We've got our price. We'll just give it a round number, 100. The price is a per unit number. So if you use quantity in a number greater than 1, it's going to multiply the quantity times the unit price to get your item subtotal. So if I make this 2, our subtotal is now $200. So be mindful that price here is per unit, okay? 21, that's funny. Okay, next we've got our tax items. And for here, you can do, credit card processing fee, your state tax. I'm based in the state of Georgia, so I've got that. By default, I include a credit card processing fee, just the way I do that. Discounts, don't have any right here. Category, this is for you only. Your client might see this information. Actually, I think they do see this information. Yeah, they do. I swear, I prepared for this. Anyways, so for this, I've got Dubsado Consulting Services, right? And what this does is really, it's just to help you with your tracking, which you can do on your reporting tab here. And I'll show you what that looks like after I finish this one up. So we'll hit Add Item. Okay, so we got this. This is our first line item. Now, if you want to go back and edit this, you just hit this little down arrow here, and you got Edit or Remove. Pretty simple. Now we'll add a new line item. Okay, and we'll go Test Package Invoice Name 2. Description. This is going to be the one we're going to toggle off the bullet point. Okay, and we'll say description. I know how to type and spell. As parent. This is a bad day. Okay, paragraph text, that one. All right, and to show you the difference, we'll go 2, or yeah, could do 20. We'll go 2. We'll call this 75, right, for the unit price. 2 times 75, 150, just like that. Tax, again, we're gonna do, actually, I'm gonna pretend that this is a physical good, which in the state of Georgia means I have to apply sales tax. Or state sales tax. So I'll do that here, and you'll see when we get done with this that Dubsado will apply taxes to individual line items. So you can have separate line items here. So with this example again, say this first item is just a service, which in the state of Georgia I don't have to charge sales tax for. And the second line item we're going to say is a physical thing. So in the state of Georgia, again, I have to charge sales tax. So I can apply different tax rates for different line items depending on what they are. And once again, technically, we're not going to make the service. We're going to make this a physical thing, so it, everything matches up. We'll call it an album. Sure, whatever. Okay, add item. Cool beans, and you can see the different tax rates for all this. So our total now, subtotal is 250. Our tax, so our actual total will be 265.30, right? So that's going to be the combined tax rates with the various subtotals as well. Cool. All right, so let's return to packages. Just so you're aware what we're going to be working with for the rest of this, I've got my original test package here. And actually, let me update the tax rate on this so everything follows suit. We'll just hit X on that, and then we'll go Georgia sales tax. Okay, cool. Save item, update templates. I did this somewhere else, so I'll show you where it is. Okay, so you can see how that bullet point toggle shows up here now, right, versus the paragraph text. That's what that toggle does that I talked about earlier. Okay, so we'll go return to packages. Here's that reporting thing I was talking about. So you go to reporting, go to transactions, and you'll see categories here, right? That's where that comes up. So you can actually see where all your things come, and you can actually get a report of this. You can see where everything went, how it broke down. Really handy stuff. Yeah, that's where all that comes in. So now let's show where you can add packages in the project itself. So here, this is all of your templates, okay? These are your template packages. These are the ones that you do a million times over again. They're cookie cutter. They just exist in your proposals, right? They're the ones that don't really change much. They're your starting base thing, right? Your templates. So if we go into our project and say the client doesn't do a proposal, we go. Test one. Woo! We go to invoices. Right. So you come here and there's no packages associated. There's two ways to add a package. You can either pull one of your templates, which you just go to packages here, and we'll grab the one I messed with, so test package, right? Boom. And then it adds it right there. Cool. And then you can also edit it, do all that good stuff all in here, right? You can also remove it if you need to. So we've got all that. Now, say you want to do a completely custom from the ground up package or invoice item for your client, right? Again, do it from the project folder, and then you can just do new line item and just create it right on the spot. It's the exact same information and format as in the project or the packages template section, all right? So there's no difference here. So you can do it either way, okay? And then the other nice thing is from here, you can select discounts if you want to add those, but we're not worrying about that here. Go away. Okay, so yeah, this is how you would just add packages to the project file itself, and you can either pull from your template packages here, once again, or you can build this from the ground up just doing new line item here. The other nice thing that I forgot to mention is notes. This button here, this is also in the template section for packages. This is just an additional bit of information you can present to your client just so they can see more information effectively. So just for S&Gs, I'm going to go back into our template packages and we'll add that in there just so we'll find out if it pops up anywhere, because I actually haven't tried this yet. These are notes for the client. Cool. We'll hit done. Update templates. Awesome. Return to packages. Nice. All right, so now we're going to go to our forms. Okay, and we're going to look at our proposals. Okay, this is where you can add packages. So you can send this out to your clients and say, hey, here's my list of services. Here are the products I offer. If you'd like to, buy anything, just mark it off here, and we can start working together. And when they select it there, it'll automatically import into their project invoice tab, so you can start billing. Okay, so I already built a test one here to show you. Now, as you'll see, I've got a lot of information here. And why I did this is if we were to build a brand new package thing. So in the proposal, we would just go package button here. We'll drag and drop it up there. Cool. You can either create a new package. And again, it's the exact same breakdown as previously within the templates and in the project folder. But from here, you can actually save these as new things. So we'll say proposal built package. And we'll just say test item 2. Item 2. We'll go to 1. We'll say 50. All right, we're doing all this stuff that I don't really have to do right now, but I'm just being thorough. Just so you can see that we can do it. Okay, so hit add item, right? Now I can hit apply here, and it'll only apply it to this specific proposal, or if I hit save and apply, it'll actually save it to my template packages. Okay, very handy. So if you're just spitballing on the spot, you can do it here. I'm gonna hit exit on that. Okay, so we're gonna pick from our templates. And we're gonna go down, we're gonna find the one we created, test package, cool. And Dubsado automatically gives you this line, the series of lines and options here, okay? And if we wanted to add different ones, we go to Smart Field, Package, and there's all these options. I get confused all the time with what item names and amounts versus item names and descriptions versus item names versus, these get confusing to me. So instead of guessing and checking, I actually built this so I have a reference guide. So it's literally package name, that's what the variable is. Total with no tax, those are straightforward, but at least now I can quickly look at this and know, oh, this is what this means. So like item names and amounts, right? That's what this looks like. And no, it does not show the category. That is only for you. So we confirm this information, right? But it's, These are the invoice line item names. These are the descriptions with the bullet points versus just as paragraph text. This is the quantity times the unit price, the tax rate, and then the subtotal, which does not include tax here, which is really annoying that they don't have a column that includes tax. So you've got to make sure if you are charging tax to your clients or credit card processing fees, so to speak, you're going to need to take that variable and put it down lower below this somewhere. So your clients know that they're not just being charged the sum of this, there's also that tax rate above it. Okay. The other variable, item names and descriptions, as you can see, there's no pricing information on here. It's just presentation of these two columns effectively. And then item names, it's just these two items here, very high level. And then you've got buttons for quantity, checkboxes, and select. Okay. Checkboxes and select basically do the same thing. It's just you saying binary, yes, no, I want this thing included. Okay. Quantity is exactly what it sounds like. You know, you can add multiples of something. So say if you have an hourly rate. So I do for my consulting hours, if someone wants to book me for 5 hours, you know, they can say, okay, I want to book Mike for, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 hours, right? Nice and easy. And then it'll just do that automatic calculation. It goes into the invoice as 5 hours for the rate, okay? You only need one of these 4. It's just whichever one you want to use for that particular package or invoice item, depending on what it is. If it is just a, yes, I want, you know, your services, checkbox or a button, works great. Again, if it's more, you know, variable, like, hey, I want to order like a quantity of something, use the quantity box. So that's really handy there. I would highly recommend you screenshotting this because it is very helpful. I may actually try and take a picture of this myself and throw it into the description for the video if I can do that. We'll find out, but we'll do that. So one other thing I want to make a note of is, we'll do it here, is you've got some options down here, right? You've got pre-selected. What this means is that when a client gets the proposal, this package will automatically be selected, right? It just inherently is there. So with my photography clients, I charge a session fee for all of my photography services. You can't book me without that session fee. So I automatically, you know, charge it. You know, if they're going to work with me, they have to pay for it. So that's a pre-selected item, okay? It's just something that's inherently already charged. You really can't say yes or no to it, okay? If they're going to work with me, they're going to have to pay it. So you do that, and you can technically remove the select or the checkboxes. The other thing you can do is for quantities, you can set a maximum and a minimum. So say you've got a thing kind of like for my Dubsado services, I say, yes, I will do template emails for you, but you have to do at least 5. So I set a minimum quantity of 5 emails, you know, here, right? And I'll say a max of, I don't know, 50, right? So now when they do their little select in the quantity box, the numbers have to be anywhere between 5 and 50 for it to go through. If they enter in 4, won't allow it, right? So very, very handy. So that's what that looks like. So now I'm going to show you what the different ways this looks like depending on how you set up your packages. So I'm going to duplicate this. Cool. I'll click on it, select a package, and just for S&Gs, let's look at my wedding packages because that's designed to be a package, right? So click that here. We'll hit close, and you'll see how it updates all the information, right? So we've got the package name, total with tax, total no tax, tax total. I thought I charged tax on this. Got to go back in there. Okay. Oh no, that's right. No, I wrapped it in. Sorry, tangent. So you can see wedding coverage. This is where the bullet points come in. 12 hours of coverage, second shooter, engagement session, digital image files. Then there's also the wedding album. That's a separate line item, okay? Then I've got a package discount, right? And that's actually included. So you can actually put negative numbers into your line items to show discounted rates within a package, okay, which is kind of handy, and you can use it as a sales technique if you want. And again, we scroll down, we can see item names and descriptions. It's just that high level information, and then item names, that stuff didn't change, okay? So that's what that looks like. Now, let's look at another example where it's a solo item, right? So let's pull up one of my prints. Let's say it's a large print. Close. As you can see, there's really not a lot of information, and my item name, you know, in the cases like this, your item name can match your package name because it's one thing. You don't have multiple things within the package. The item is the package, so to speak. When your package is an item of one, yes, that's it. Trying to make sense here. I'm sorry. So you can see how that breaks down and how that would look. Okay. And again, I don't really add a description here. If I wanted to, I could say, you know, it's a luster print, you know, with this kind of coating and anti-reflective this, and, you know, printed on, you know, this kind of paper and whatever properties to, you know, zhuzh it up a bit. If I wanted to display that information, especially in the description section there. Which actually, no, I have one that does that, so let me pull that up. Because why not? Where's the thing I'm looking for? Collage. Collage? No, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted... Where are you, dude? Okay, I don't want to waste time. So, sorry. Let's grab... Come on. Okay, Canvas Collage. Right? Hit close. So in this instance, because this is again another package, it's a long Canvas Collage. The description is the different size prints that make up that collage. All that's in there, right? Pulls that information. Cool. Now let's show another totally wild and wacky example, which is actually my Dubsado stuff. So let's say we're going to pull up my skeleton workflow. And what the crap? This is totally weird. What I actually did here, because of the way that form is built, because I did some custom CSS code. I'm sorry, I'm tripping over my S's and words today. Because of how I built that form with some custom CSS code, it actually made more sense to have an invoice item as a description to describe what it was, and then have the second line item be the actual package description, okay? Again, this is kind of a very quirky instance where it's not typically what I would do. But when this gets applied to the invoice in the project, what I would do is go in, remove this line item, and then this would stay in there, and I would just change the title of this to skeleton workflow. Pretty straightforward. Again, it's a weird way of doing things, and I'll show you why, just based on how it looks. Okay, so let's go to my Dubsado one. Cool. Right, and you'll see, right, this is what this looks like. Full workflow, invoice package items, all that fun stuff, and then I've got item names and descriptions, and you can see that it's built it out automatically with all this content this way. And again, this is because I wanted the information presented in this specific way. So you can get kind of creative with the way you build your packages, but just be very intentional with it. This is kind of an advanced thing to do because you got to just wrap your head around it and make sure you do it the right way. But you can see I've done that in a couple different places, and I have to look at my CSS code because that text looks really small comparatively. So I'm going to look at that. But again, that's how that works. And you know, if you look here, oh, that's CSS code. But I know here you can literally just have just the dollar amount in here with the package, because as long as you link it, Dubsado is automatically going to calculate it and throw it all together. And you can see here where I do my minimum and maximum quantities right there. And then here is a select button. You just say, yes, I want project tab, so select it. Done. Binary. Nice and easy. All right, so that's how packages work, especially in the proposal. Again, if you missed it, all you do is just click on your package button here, drag it on in, and then you can either build it fresh within the proposal, or you can pull from your package templates. All righty, so that is how all of that works. Yeah. Okay, so that is Dubsado Packages. That's how to build the templates. That's how to add them to proposals, and also how to add them to your project tab itself, and also do customized packages just for that project or that specific client. All right, I hope this information was helpful. If you have any questions, please put a comment, well, say something down below in the video on the channel. I'll happy to answer it and all that good stuff. I'll also try and provide a screenshot of that wacky information for the different smart fields so that you can quickly reference it as well, because I get confused as well by it sometimes. So you have that. I hope this was helpful. Once again, if you have any questions, if you want to see more videos, if you want to see more things explained, please, please, please let me know. I'm happy to provide more information. And if you want, you can reach out individually. I'll help you walk through your stuff. And as you can tell, I mentioned I do custom Dubsado setups. If you are interested in those services as well, just go to my website. The information is down below as well. You can get that great stuff. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. I've just started rambling again, which is a really bad problem. And there I go again. Okay, stopping. Thank you for watching this video. I'm sorry I took too long and I had so many screw-ups. But anyways, I'm Mike with Mike Latzer Photography. Cheers.